And hello there you guys, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if it's your first time here. My name is Animal Lucifer, and it's been a little while, but I'm hopefully back here with a banger. It's been a while since I've done long form content, so I've been doing a lot of shorts, but I've got a new fish in this video. I'm going to be giving her a tank and everything, and I'm going to show her to you right after the intro. So while the intro is playing, aka like 15 to 40, 15 minutes to an hour, I'll be temperature acclimating her to this little tank. So let's go ahead and get into it right after the intro. Like you thought, I'll actually be temp acclimating her right after I show her to you. So yeah, this is her. Her name is Candy, and she is, I believe, a female. I believe she's a female, but I know that she is a betta. Now, she was given to me by her previous owner because she was in a tank with a couple other fish, including another female betta, and she was just acting really feisty, which isn't usual, which isn't really normal for female bettas. They tend to be a lot calmer. So, yeah, this is Candy, and she'll be in that smaller tank you saw at the beginning of the video, Blue's old acclimation tank, until we get her into her tank, which you'll see in a little bit. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and temp acclimate her. You should do this for at least 15 minutes, but you want to cap it off at an hour, unless if you got her in like an open, the fish in like an open tub like this, and so that the water can oxygenate, especially if they're bettas, because then they can actually breathe the air. Yeah, they do that quite a lot actually. I've seen both Blue and Candy do this. Just trying to stabilize the thing. It would not stop rolling around. But anyway, so yeah, you always want to acclimate your fish for at least 15 minutes. If you want to drip acclimate them, that is definitely, there's no negative consequences to drip acclimating other than it might take a little bit longer. It'll take a little bit more setup, but it'll definitely be better in the long run because your fish will be acclimated to both the temperature of your fish tank and to the pH and just the water levels, nitrates, ammonium. And so yeah, so now I covered that up because bettas tend to jump quite a bit. If you're keeping a betta, you want to keep a lid on the tank or you want to keep a low water level. And so now we're going to go ahead and finally introduce her into the fish tank, and there she goes. So yeah, bettas are really fun to watch. They're really engaging, and they just want to know what's going on. You all will know that from Blue. And so now I'll just give you all a little bit of close-up footage before we go ahead and swap over to the tank building. Just a little bit of some better lighting for you all. But now what you've all been waiting for, the tank. We're going to be starting off with some fluorite for the base substrate. So we're going to go ahead, and then we also have some diamond black sand to top it off, same sand I used in Blue's tank. And so now I'm going to go ahead, and I should have washed this stuff out first. You should always wash off your substrate first, but I was dumb and I just poured it in, and you can see the dust. Anyway, once I finished off with the substrate, I got my handy dandy scaping tool, and I just started scaping it to my liking. Now, when you're scaping, you're usually going to want to push your substrate up towards the back to create a natural slope and also gradient of size from front to back. It will tend to make it look more natural and give it a better sense of scale. just like how the sky meets the horizon, or meets the land at the horizon line. Now pouring in the sand, learning from Blue's tank, which I can actually see from where I'm sitting. It's just right over there to my left. But I learned not to use too much sand because I do not want to starve my plants. And I can tell you, this tank, once established, is definitely looking a lot better plant-wise than Blue's. Blue's is actually overflowing with moss right now. Looks cool, but it's also kind of choking up the whole thing. Now again, back with the scaping tool, just moving the sand around to my liking, adding a little bit of extra when I accidentally expose a bit of substrate. And yeah, once the scaping is done, I switch over to some Exotica natural aquarium rock. This is river rock, black river rock, and this bit is time-lapsed. And I started off thinking that there would be a lot more rocks in here than there actually were. Bonus to these rocks, they make a fun little sound when you tap them together. For them, and Didoka, it makes this wonderful sound. Sorry about that. That was probably really loud, now that I think about it. Anyway, I kept on toying around with the scape. I was going to try to slope the rocks up towards the back right corner, and you can kind of see that in this surprisingly relaxing time lapse. So yeah, just trying to slope all the rocks up towards the back, and eventually I just figured out that that was not going to work. So I'll just leave past me to it with some relaxing music. Eventually, yeah, I did figure out what I should do, and I have these two wonderful driftwood pieces. Unfortunately, they're not glued down, so that's some foreshadowing for later. But now, time for the fun part, the planting. I've got quite the selection here for this tank, and fortunately all of them seem to be surviving today. So first on our list is some dwarf hairgrass. Next we have some bacopa. We also have some Anubias congensis. Next on the list after the Anubias congensis is some Fraseri anubias. Camera did not want to focus on this one. And then of course the old staple, Windelov Java Fern. And finally, Rosette, or maybe Rosetta Sword. And so now it's time for the planting. Now I'm going to skip a lot of the planting, but I will post a separate video, the link of which is actually in the comments section below on a pinned comment, so you all can go ahead and check that out. But anyway, now it's time for the planting, and learning my lesson from Blue's tank, I decided to plant first, add water later. Unfortunately, not learning from Blue's tank, because I didn't actually have to learn from it, because I actually did it in Blue's tank, I did not glue down the driftwood, and as I already told you, I'll see that later. But so this is just a very short portion of the amount of time that it took me to plant this whole thing. Oh my. Took me quite a while, this one. But yeah, like I said, I'll go ahead and post another video, and of course also include the link down below just so you have quicker access. And that'll be just all the planting stuff with some nice calming music. And then finally, after much deliberation and focus and planting, maybe I might finally be done. I don't know. Oh my gosh, am I done? Oh, I'm done. Yeah, so this tank is one I got from someone else, and it was originally, there's my new thermometer. That's an old thermometer. This had been originally, I believe, a leopard gecko tank. And so it's fitted with that thermometer, which I don't know if it's actually aquarium safe. Better to remove it, but I just did not. Whoops. What's that? Now, it is time. Maybe, I don't know what I'm doing. Caressing my wood? Filter. I have an internal filter. Biggest mistake of my friggin' career. And also, we got our submersible heater. The biggest mistake of my friggin' career. Oh yeah, you can see it. That's out of the packaging now, but you can see it now. Tank's all filled up. During that whole thing, the wood just kept on floating and floating and floating and floating. It was terrible. But the plants all stayed put, which is very surprising, but I'm very happy that worked out the way that it did. And all the plants also have access to the substrate. But anyway, submersible filters, don't do it. It takes up so much unnecessary space in the fish tank. I know I said this in one of my previous shorts, and one of you all actually made a really good suggestion about using just an internal sponge filter. I would do that, but as you can see, like all the space is and up beneath the wood, and I totally, wholly agree with it. But if you actually look there, there's a rock in the way. However, that rock did later fall down, and repositioned it elsewhere. So honestly, you know what, that might work. I'll look into that, maybe make a short about it if anything happens. And yeah, now we're just staring, and I don't know why. Oh man, there we go, finally. Jeez, I thought it would never end. I know, I just left. Now we have our nice paper bag. What's in it? Not alcohol, but instead, some residents. First, we have just some duckweed, actually free at the store I got it from. I'd like to try to do some floaters in my other fish tanks, so I'm gonna try it. And then we have ourselves 5 or 6 ghost shrimp. I like these guys, I think they're really cool. And actually in the 20 gallon, you can see kind of behind back there, I actually had ghost shrimp in there, one, and then he kind of jumped out. Yeah. Anyway, now temp acclimating the shrimp and the duckweed. Not sure if duckweed actually needs to temp acclimate, but I definitely know that the shrimp do. And so when that is all done, messing up my freaking scape. Now I just talk about when that's all done, temp acclimating, I'll come back and I'll take them out. And I'm back and I'm ready to take them out. So, rubber band. And so, releasing in 3, 2, 1. And now that they're free, let's take a little look at them in their new home. I always love this introductory phase because all the shrimp are always just so eager and keen to explore everywhere. But now that that is out of the way, It's time to introduce the duckweed. 3, 2, 1, and they're in. Now, this is just a little makeshift thing out of a connector and some tubing. Now, you'll sometimes see this type of thing in aquariums when they take out the duckweed to feed, but I just used it so the duckweed didn't get pushed under. But now, I'm meaning to push this leaf under because this is from that little nature box. This is the same type of stuff that we used in Blue's tank. And so it turned out really well for his tank, and so we're trying out with this one. And I must say, now the water's not quite as black water as Blue's, but I think we're gonna get there. Definitely. So, as usual, we're using the almond catappa leaves, and then 3 of the casuarina cones. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. Where's 3? Whatever. Anyway, now that those are all in there, we can just wait for them to sink, which took a long time. And so, once all of this was in place, of course, the last step was to add in the star of the show, Candy. She goes. Welcome to your new home, Candy. Please explore. I put a lot of time, work, and effort into making this place for you. So please enjoy it. So now, I'll go ahead and leave you all with some more relaxing clips of Candy just swimming around enjoying her new tank. You might be wondering why this video is 26 minutes long. It's because I've left myself a lot of space at the back end of it. Because I just really wanted to thank you all so much for 100, more than 100 subscribers. I know I made a dedicated 50 subscriber special video, but at that point we were already at around 70, and I didn't want to jump too early and make a 100 subscriber special because we weren't there yet. This is not a 100 subscriber special, but I do just at the end of this video really want to thank you all for hanging around. I'm so thankful to all of my friends for all of the support that you've given me on the way here, and I really am so thankful to all of you who are watching this, especially those of you who have stuck around this far. I know my content isn't the most riveting, nor is it the most funny or the most educational. It's not top notch, but I really do work hard on it, and I'm so thankful, so grateful that all of you enjoy it so much. And so for those of you who are new here, and even those of you who aren't, if you did enjoy this video and you stuck around this long, please do consider liking the video. I know I find it super annoying when YouTubers ask for support instead of just letting people willingly give it to them, but it really does help a lot. When YouTubers ask for it, when YouTubers ask for subscribers and for likes, those videos, if they normally don't, the videos where they do ask tend to actually get more. They tend to actually get an exponential boost on that one particular video. And so if you did enjoy this, especially if you stuck around for this long, please like and subscribe the video. Also, stick around to the end for a bonus clip. Thank you all, actually two, but thank you all so much for sticking around this long. And if you enjoyed it, please like the video just to show support. It helps both me and the YouTube algorithm know that what I'm doing is appreciated by people and that it should get more attention. This is a very widespread thing on YouTube. The algorithm doesn't really like it very much. And so now one final thing I'm doing to this tank is adding some moss. I actually took this from Blue's tank and I'm just putting it in here. Thank you all so much. You all really make doing this worthwhile, just like, I don't know, it's hard to explain it. Like, it's okay if it's just like your family and your close friends, and it's like, but because you know they'll support you. But when you get other random people that you never even met before, and you get to have talks with them in the comment section, like I have done with a few of you that have left some nice, really in-depth comments detailing like your life and stuff, and it's incredible. There's a couple of really good stories down in the comment section of some of my videos, and I'm so glad that you will comment. And honestly, this fish tank needs a name. So, if you all have any suggestions, the comment section is perfect for that. So please do comment down below if you have any names for this fish tank, and the shrimp as a collective, because they need a name as well. Now they are ghost shrimp, so I'll just give you maybe like a ghost phantom-esque type prompt, but I'm not going to really pressure you into it. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, like I said, please like the video because it lets both me and the YouTube algorithm know that I'm doing something right and that this stuff needs to be pushed out to newer audiences. And if you all are returning subscribers, thank you so much for returning and putting up with me and my terrible upload schedule. And if you're new, well, you've now been made aware of that. So subscribing is all better because you don't have to be constantly looking to see if I made something new. I try to post at least one short a week. At least. I already said that. I try to post at least one short a week. And I think I'm doing okay at it. But I would really like to start making more long-form content. I've got some really cool stuff planned for over the summer. The school year is almost over. And once it is, I'll be able to do a lot more. So, again, if you're new here and you've put up with me for this long, especially, please just consider subscribing and also hitting the notification bell so that you're notified when I upload, because like I said, my upload schedule is non-existent and just all over the place. Also, make sure to comment down below what to name the fish tank and what to name the shrimps as a collective. Also, maybe leave some suggestions for what I should do next. Also, I know this is coming out a little bit past Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to everyone. And please share this video with your friends, enemies, and frenemies. And until the end of this video, I'll just leave you with candy and some calming music. And then we'll have ourselves a couple bonus clips at the end. And I'm Introvert out. And so I really just have to thank you all so much. And are you kidding me? The AC just came on. What the? Just in case if you all were wondering, this is what Candy's tank looks like right now. Glass needs a bit of a clean. Shrimp are molting and growing. I see them sometimes. The plants are doing fantastic. And all in all, it's looking really good, except the floaters have taken a bit of a blow, but we actually have got a nice healthy colony of little springtails on the top. Thank you all so much for sticking around. I want it out.